Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go, everybody. Let's go. I hope y'all are feeling good. Yes, let's go. Come on, turn up one time. I see y'all in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up today here on the Coach Smook Network. Man, how y'all feeling, man? I hope y'all feeling good. I'm feeling good. I could not sleep last night. Well, no, I slept too good last night and woke up about 2 o'clock. Y'all know those unplanned naps that happen late afternoon and you end up sleeping until 2 o'clock in the morning. And I woke up and I was up till about 6:30. And I ended up accidentally falling back asleep, woke back up about 8 o'clock, and I've just been gathering information to create today's segment. We're going to go for about an hour, and then we'll be joining another Alabama network, another podcast that I've been kind of watching, man. These guys, they've been doing their thing for a minute here on their channel, man. Let me go find the link. Do I have the link in here? Let me see. I thought I had the link open. Let me see. I do. I'm going to show you these guys' channels. Alabama, the voice of college football. That's the name of their channel, man. And tonight they'll be doing the Alabama Crimson Tide Live, the 8A Spotlight, and I'll be one of their guests on the shows, on their show. It'll be live at 6 p.m., man. We'll be going live. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. I'll bring the link over for y'all to jump in on that and support. Definitely want to jump in and give thanks to our AAA family, man. How y'all feeling today, man? Yes, your boy had to go get tight, y'all. Had to go get tight. And speaking of the voice of college football, Jackson Johnson checking in, man. He's one of the personalities, the creators over there on that channel. And shout out to him for gifting a membership, man. Shout out to that guy, man. Hey, that's solid right there, my God. Appreciate that, man. Hold on, you guys to get a horn for that one, man. We ain't had nobody gift a membership in about 2 weeks, man. So that's pretty solid, man. We've been really going hard. So I appreciate everybody. Jordan, Mary J, We had somebody else came in and gifted memberships too. I forget who it was. It's been a few people, man. I know King's Family Reacts. Dennis, he gifted some memberships a couple weeks ago. My brother Nick, who's been a long-time moderator since I've been a content creator, he gifted a membership or two. I just appreciate y'all, man. Y'all really been solid here. But here you go. Let's do a roll call, man, as we give everybody a chance to tap in. We got 57 total already on the channel, 20 here on YouTube, 37 on Twitter, and we got one. We got one just checking on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, drop a reaction so I can acknowledge you. Let me know where you're watching from. Shout out to my big sister, Deborah, tapping in. Greetings, Deborah. Zach tapping in. What's up, Zach? We got you, my boy, already ready. My boy Zach ready for Saturday. I know everybody's ready for Saturday. If you're going to be at A-Day, I can't wait to meet you in person. We will have multiple opportunities to cross paths and get some clips together. We're going to be doing vlog style plus some live. So y'all will get to see your boy live, man. I can't wait to meet each and every one of you in person. For the ones that I already know, y'all remember how much fun we had last year. For the ones that came and hung out outside with Coach Smook after A-Day, I plan on having a good time again. So hopefully y'all are able to enjoy. What's good, Jackson? I see you. Antonio, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. My boy Antonio with the wristband. That wristband look good, man. I'm telling you, that don't look good on y'all wrist. BT, my brother is in the building. How you feeling this morning? I mean, this evening. I keep saying this morning. What's good, twin? I see you down there, Nicole. Down there, I see you. What's good? You gonna be at the A-Day Saturday? What's up, Jackson? Jackson. The famous Jason Jackson is in the building. What's good, man? Alabama homie. Big homie is in the building. What's up, big homie? Y'all let me know who gonna be. As a matter of fact, I do need to put a poll in the chat. Let me get a poll in the chat. Let me get a poll in the chat. Let me see how many people are going to be attending A-Day. I'm gonna leave it up for the duration of the stream. That'll be the only poll we put up. Shout out to the 15 likes on the stream already too, man. We got 20 people in the live, got 15 likes. If you are one of those 5 that have not liked the stream, go ahead and like it. We'll be catching up with our goal today. We got a goal. We hit 50 likes on every stream last week. So today, our goal is to try to hit 75 likes on this video. You know, for those that are watching post live, in the next 30 seconds, you will see a ad where we're asking you to just drop a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we have 72% of our returning viewership not subscribed to the channel. And we're averaging like 800, 900 live viewers. So, views post live. So if we could just get you all to subscribe, just remember, hit that like button, but also subscribe to the channel. It's going to help the channel grow, but it's also going to keep you informed every time we go live. So hopefully y'all are prompted to do that, man. Shout out to the big 27 in the chat. Well, let me get this poll up and then we're going to get this show popping, man. How many of y'all feel good today? We're going to talk a little bit about just what A-Day is looking like, right? The scoop that I have, what we plan on seeing, the environment. You all have the schedule. I need one of my moderators to provide that link for the Golden Flake A-Day itinerary. I want to put I can't put my email up here. I can't put my email. It's a media advisor. So I got to put the actual public one. So if I can get a mod to post that in the mod chat on Discord, that'll be awesome. But with that being said, who will be attending A-Day? And it's a yes or no thing. We get to see a good percentage because I saw this on, I think it was Cover Crimson with Mick and was it just Mick by itself? It was either an article or somebody was reporting that like the percentage of the fan base that was in support of attending A-Day this year had dropped like 7% from last year. So I'm just curious because we all know where most of the community that we have here was last year during A-Day. You know, we were, supporting another channel. We were moving, and a lot of you all were there. It was one of the largest attendance recordings for a spring game at the University of Alabama. So I'm curious to see what that number looks like this year. I'm just as excited, if not more excited, this year than I was last year. So we'll get into the conversation about what A-Day looks like. We'll start breaking down this roster. I'm going to get into the depth chart that we created. We'll start talking about some guys' names that we might see and that we might not see. We'll talk about some guys that we should be expecting to blow up, kind of create more buzz around their name going into the spring, both offensive and defensive. Then I want to highlight a few coaching changes that should really help us see the growth and the change in the style of play that this Alabama team is going to produce. And then, of course, we're going to mix in the conversation surrounding the quarterback battle. I have finally made a decision, and it's not because of something that I've been told. This is something that, like, after just looking at the circumstances of how this is played out for the spring, I have my findings, and I've also been, you all know, I've been blessed enough to be networked and grouped with a group of talking heads that are surrounded around the people that matter in the college football networking space. And it's just certain things that have led me to this decision. And I am pleased to stand by my final decision. And I'm going to say this about the quarterback battle, and I think y'all are going to like this. I think a lot of Bama Nation is going to like this. And it's going to be just like I've consistently been saying. And after hearing somebody that I truly respect in this industry kind of echo the same sentiments, I'm ready to proclaim this and stamp it. So Big Bro say, I'm on the right track. I think I'm about to pop my stuff a little bit. So shout out to the 31 in the chat on YouTube. Run the likes up. Don't forget to share the stream. And if you're watching this post live, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed here on the Coach Smook Network. Let's jump into the show. Hopefully y'all ready for it, man, because I sure am. Here on the Coach Smook Network. Let's get in the game, everybody.
You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yes, Alabama Nation, welcome in, AAA family. Glad that y'all are here on the Coach Smook Network. I am so happy because guess what? We're 4 days in a wake up from Alabama A-Day. You know what? Some people aren't as excited as me, because they're mad that it's a spring practice viewing, spring practice format, which I think to me it's a lot more efficient, and it's the way that the game is going to anyways. Roll Tide, my guy, Day is in the chat, man. Nick Saban Jr., my guy, been doing his thing, man. I've been seeing you, man. He's going to actually be on the show, I found out. It was surprising. You got to hit me up, man. We got to chop it up on Instagram. Hit me up. Got to reach out to me. But just glad to see you, though. Glad to see you, though, bro. I'm good to see my boy, man. I'm talking about been doing this thing. I see you gaining that confidence. I'm proud. Appreciate everybody for dropping likes on the stream. But A-Day format, a lot of people have had their gripes, have had their complaints. You look at some of the recent, injuries that have been taken to high precaution. Marshall Pritchett, not as serious as it was deemed. People thought as it was. Just another precautionary holdout. Same thing with James Smith with this whole spring. Same thing with Deontay Lawson coming back from an injury. Keon Sabb coming back from an injury. Cole Adams limited. A lot of people limited on both sides of the ball, which has provided us an opportunity in this spring to really experience how much depth we're creating, which to me has made the quarterback situation even more of a conversation. And we'll dive into that. But to highlight some of the guys that, will be impacted by this just being basically a spring practice viewing are guys like Deontay Lawson, are guys like Justin Jefferson, Keon Sabb, even with Ryan Williams, kind of nursing some growing pains, Jeremy Bernard, Marshall Pritchett, Josh Quavers now on that list, James Smith, Caden Proctor, who else? Quay Russo has, kind of been pulled. They're starting to dial in a lot more younger guys. I'm seeing the staff really taking attentiveness to the quality of recovery, and that is a huge thing in this day and age of portal, NIL, the way that guys are enrolling and coming in as true freshmen, day one ready in fall. This creates a
not a level of concern for me, but just a more confident level of I guess you could say staff player relationship and continuity when it comes to trusting the coaching staff and the training staff with the timetable of recovery. I mean, physical therapy, everything has to align, and you have to have full trust in the staff. So kudos to the staff, kudos to Alabama's I guess you could say the coaching staff, the administration, for deciding to go with this format for A-Day, because to me, the NFL does it the same way. You know, you go and you will see them run a teams period where it's very light contact, you know, a lot of thud, you know, an opportunity for a lot of explosive plays on the perimeter, which you want to see the athletes go at it. You get to see a little thump in the trenches, but guys aren't really going 100% because we're trying to preserve depth and quality depth availability. And so I'm glad. And the fact that everybody is getting great, you know, ratings from reviews from this staff. You know, most staffs, last year, this staff wasn't, you know, cupcaking everything. You know, they weren't talking about, he does astonishing in this, astonishing. Coach Shep, Coach Womack, Coach Mo, Coach Scott, Freddie Roach. These guys were very stern in interviews in their evaluation of their groups. Coach Cap. So to hear some of the improvements that you're hearing about certain guys, Keon Keeley, guys that we knew were dogs, Jordan Renard, Keon Keeley, Edric Hill, how their development and their explosion in a position where Coach Freddie Roach, to some, may be on the hot seat. To me, I don't even think it's close. We look at a scheme, a quality gap teaching scheme change in how you teach gap containment or gap pressures from the defensive line. It takes a year. It takes a while to get your own set, I guess you could say, system or technique in place. So I feel like this staff is in great place. This format for A-Day is perfect. And I think it's going to be more entertaining than people are going to give it credit for, especially when we get to see the one-on-ones, which is, to me, has been the highlight of spring. Transitioning to a topic that I know we probably don't want to talk about. And shout out to everybody pulling up in the chat. Mary, I'm gonna grab the comments for a second. We got let me see. We got Jason Jackson. We already talked to my brother. What's up, Joseph? How you feeling? Welcome in. Anthony Pesky's bullpen catcher. Hey, Milky. Who's Milky? Welcome in over there on Twitter. I only recognize because it was Twitter comment. Shout out to the Twitter comments. DJ Gramman, what's up, Smook? You going to be in town? Yes, sir, I am. Can't wait to see you, man. Hopefully we can link up. Megan, what's up, sis? What's up, sis? And then we got our resident troll that I don't care to hear from. So any moderators, any one of y'all can have at him. I'm pretty happy. Pretty sure y'all be happy to handle that. Carlos, what's good? Carlos, the firm non-believer. That's my dog, though. He keep it real. He don't believe nothing I say out here. Appreciate you, Carlos, for being here, man. You gotta have one, man. You gotta have one. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sully? Sully, am I gonna see you this weekend, man? If so, man, hit me up, bro. I'm gonna add you to this group text. And anybody want to be a part of basically the A-Day entourage, the network, AAA A-Day entourage, we're gonna have. I started to put hashtag AAA, and I was gonna put AAA A-Day entourage and put entourage A in instead of E in, and I thought that was gonna be pretty cool. So y'all let me know. We can get those made easy. We'll make them by order. We'll probably have to have the order in by Wednesday, so by Wednesday. But that's something we could talk about in Discord. If you don't have Discord, if you're not in the Discord chat, you need to get in the Discord. Who else we got in the chat, man? It's going pretty good, Carlos. Okay, I see y'all chopping it up in the chat. I see y'all, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. What's up, Carito MVP? I see you, man. my boy said, Carlos said, boy, I believe you some, but not all. I'd rather have your opinion than some source. Okay. I guess so. Gotta make him a believer, chat. But nah, we don't discriminate, man. I want everybody to hear whatever we got to say, and it ain't for everybody to like all the time. I'm not the one that's gonna get mad at you for not agreeing with me. Get what I'm saying? Shout out to the 23 likes on the stream. Shout out to the 106 total between our platforms, man. 68 on Twitter, 38 on YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all run them likes up on YouTube, Twitter. Retweet this. Let everybody know we're talking Bama football here on the Coach Smook Network. I'm excited to get into it. Let's start. with the conversation, Alabama offensive depth chart. I want to talk about the offensive side, chat. I really want to get into it and basically just kind of break down what I believe this staff is doing from a standpoint of there is so much depth in so many positions where we probably had a few questions last year. And let's be honest. We came into the season worried about the wide receiver. I mean, the cornerback depth position, the cornerback position. The amount of lack of experience was the worry. If we was to really be honest, the lack of experience, having to play so many young guys, so many freshmen. Xavier Brown had to step up early. Zay Mincy got it thrown into the rotation. Jalen Mbakwe got thrown out there early. A lot of young guys had to step up early. You had transfers come in and had to step in. And we saw what type of development happened. But not only in the secondary, but in the defensive front, we saw a lot of younger guys start to get inserted late in the season. James Smith, Quay Russaw, redshirt freshman last year, right? All those guys, development-wise on the defensive side, we saw a lot of development. Offensively, we were very limited. We saw the offense show explosiveness with a lot of key veteran pieces that got kind of meshed together. And then we saw Ryan Williams. And that was about it. That was about it that we got to see from anything outside of Jalen Milroe, an occasional Jam Miller big round, an occasional big catch by Jeremy Bernard. With Jalen Hill and Cole Adams being down with injuries, Cole Adams just coming on and then going down with injuries. We really didn't see much from Alabama's offense, which leads us to breaking down this depth chart. I want to go over here and I want to get into our depth chart real quick. And I want to start on the offensive side. And somewhere that I think doesn't get enough attention is the trenches. And I'm going to just be straight up. This is the most important part. We love to talk about the quarterback battle. We love to talk about the breakdown of the wide receivers. But I think the offensive line is the key part. If can anybody agree with that? Can we all agree that the offensive line is key? And I think right here at this left guard position, finding out who will solidify and man this position is going to be a very important part of spring. Because right now you have a solid battle going. And I wouldn't necessarily say a battle. I think you have a solid rotation. I think Cam Dewberry will end up being our foregoing starter, right? I think Rock Montgomery will be your 6th or 7th offensive lineman off the bench. Maybe your first or your second interior guy off the bench. I mean, if you have a right guard, left guard, or center go down, Gino Vandermark I assume he's going to be the first one off the bench to replace those guys. Another guy goes down, Rock Montgomery is the next guy. Because you don't have to put him at left guard, center, or right guard. You can play him at all three. So I think that's what the rotation looks like on the interior. But Cam Dewberry has came and really taken to this offensive system. He's dropped like 15 pounds. I believe he came to Alabama at 360. Has dropped 15 pounds. The athleticism is showing. A senior talent. You look at his film from Texas A&M as a quality talent. I think he's going to be an impact player for Alabama at that left guard position. A bigger body that's going to fill that void that Tyler Booker kind of left behind, and plays with the same tenacity. And if you want to ask me, we might be getting a little bit better pass pro in Cam Dewberry. It's a skill set that fits him a little bit better. Left tackle position, William Sanders, Arkel Anguam. A lot of people thought, and myself, being a redshirt sophomore going into his redshirt junior year, Arkel Anguam, I thought he would be a developmental talent that would need some time. But just like Cam Dewberry, Anguam has come to Alabama, got into that fitness and that strength and conditioning program, and really got serious about, the whole offensive line. If you look at our offensive line, they don't look like big hogs right now. It looks like a group of defensive linemen. Our defensive line look like big linebackers. You got some of your big wide bodies on the interior, right? Tim Keenan, Edric Hill, Steve Bola, those guys, those interior guys. But on the offensive line, everybody looks lean and ready to get at it. Wilk and Formby, everybody was in the chat talking about Wilk and Formby during this interview the other day. I think this offensive line group is probably going to be a step up athletically than they were last year. And preferably Caden Proctor can come right in off of this time off and not miss a step, because if he's able to get down to the 340 range, to the 330 range, 325 range, Caden Proctor would probably be an elite left tackle. Imagine him and his natural strength, being able to get lighter on his feet. He carries the 360 right now, the 350 very well. I would just love to see him a little bit lighter. I would love to see him a little bit lighter. Let me get into the comments. What y'all think about the offensive impact player on the offensive line being Cam Dewberry? Cam Dewberry, I feel like, is going to be the impact player for the offensive line. I know we're getting Parker and Jaden, and Wilkin is going to be improved, as is expected to be improved. I think we know what we're getting in quality depth with Geno, Rock, Olis Alani. I think we're excited about our freshman class and Michael Carroll, Jackson Lloyd. Michael Dubose has been very quiet in spring. Mal Waldrop, love the fact that he's getting reps with twos. Had to play some ones the other day with some guys being pulled during the spring, during the scrimmage. And like I said, Caden Proctor coming back from injury. So how much quality depth can we create? Carrito MVP said, yes, O-line is number one key. You can have Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes as QB, but with no O-line, they're either going to hurt coach or they're going to look bad. 100%, Carrito. What's another one? What's good? D. Mayer says, agree. Most important is O-line, especially this year with the QBs needing in-game experience in the early part of the season. 100%. You all remember, I told you all, I feel like the key to Ty Simpson really feeling comfortable and staying comfortable throughout this competition was how good this offensive line was performing. And surprisingly, both Arkell Anguam and William Sanders have shown steady improvement. And that's a lot. The quarterback position, every quarterback has showed steady improvement. You've seen some very hot days from Keelan Russell of late. You've seen some explosive days from Austin Mack, but the most consistent, the person, maybe has one or two interceptions, but consistently making the right reads. A tip interception and a bad read interception is one or two things, or overthrow interception is two different things, right? So I think the offensive line impact and the guys stepping up are the reason why we have such a quality position battle at the quarterback position. But this is where the biggest impact is going to come from. I truly believe that left guard position, Cam Dewberry, I think his come in is going to make an instant impact. Going to the wide receiver position, I want to kind of get in our depth of our wide receiver position. Chiefs had no O-line in the Super Bowl, and the Eagles eat him and force interception, pick six, and sack and fumble. 100%. A lot of struggles with Jalen Milroe last year were due to our miscommunications on offensive line. And by the time they started playing better, he had already kind of, the muscle memory or the trauma of having to be pushed out the pocket or having somebody in his lap every time he's stepping up in the pocket. That's something that kind of hard to get past when you're a natural athlete like Jalen Milroe. On to the wide receiver position. Impact players. I already told you all, I've been very high on Jalen Hale. He continues to get high praise from post-practice reports. Every scrimmage has been one of the higher targeted wide receivers. Just has been creative space, getting open. With Ryan Williams being out, he's been floating over to that Z position a lot too. So you get to see a lot of sets with him, Horton, on two of your bigger body receivers on the field at the same time. Jalen Hale and Isaiah Horton can be shifty. They're both versatile in their wide receiver persona or classification. I can't label Jalen Hale a possession receiver because if you line him up in the slot and match him up one-on-one with a safety, I'm taking the one-on-one with Jalen Hale every time. And you can't body up and one-on-one with a 6-foot corner against a 6'4" Isaiah Horton. You can't. And both of them are both guys that probably have, when I say vertical jumpers, leapers, we talk about the athleticism of Jalen Hale from the Ole Miss, that game when he caught that pass over, not between, but over the two defenders of Ole Miss. Go look at the vertical and how that 1 foot to, you can tell the young man's played basketball, first of all. Just a pure leaper, gazelle type of even running form. High knees through everything, driving out of his breaks, coming out of his cuts, high knees. I love seeing his comfortability in his brace. But if he comes out in the fall and he's starting practice without that protective brace, that lets me know that his performance during spring he was doing that through a mental block. I've dealt with ACL tears. I tore ACL in both knees, so I know the mental block that comes behind it. You know, so this young man really showing up at that X position. I see Jalen Hill really being an impact player for this team. Not saying he's going to be like 90 catches or anything. But I think Jalen Hill, I said this before, I said 30 to 40 catches, but they will be impact catches. Every catch will be a first down. He will be the guy, hey, find Jalen Hill. We got third in passing, find Jalen Hill. He's going to be open. Red zone passing concepts, Jalen Hill has to be option number 2. We know he's going to be able to hide behind Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams. I think he'll even be able to hide behind the likes of what Mbakwe and Lancia Brooks will be doing from the slot in the jet action. He'll be able to hide behind all that. He and Cole Adams will be the beneficiaries of such a talented wide receiver room. But I think his impact and his consistency in this rotation, being the number 4, I believe he's the number 4 receiver right now. If you had to just line up all the receivers and put them in pecking order, I think Jalen Hill is number 4. Going to another spot in the wide receiver position. Let's get to the comments again, Mary J. Keep. Oh, never mind. We don't have Mary J in the back. Let me get the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I was wondering why we wasn't getting comments on the screen. That's on me, chat. That's on me. Let me see. What's goody? It's going pretty good. Okay, y'all chopping it up with each other. Bevo. Is that Bevo? Get your butt on, man. Let me see where we at. O-line, I see Chiefs had no O-line. I'm happy that he is creating quality competition and push the other guys ahead of him to be at their best every day and play. Facts. Cam Dewberry. The running game is going to be utilized with the running backs this time around. More facts, Enrico. Glad to see you around, man. Glad to see you in here. That was going to be the next topic of discussion. But, I mean, just imagine being able to have quality wide receiver depth. You know, I think the main thing we want to see from our wide receiver room this year across the board is better perimeter blocking. That helps the run game like no other. We saw the ride outs. That was their specialty. A lot of people talk about their pass catching, but they were the best run blocking group we had seen. A complete group effort. What is it? Success by committee. Blocking. Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Smitty, Calvin Ridley. With his scary block, I mean, it wasn't like elite blocking, but it was never a time where a run play came to their side, perimeter run play, and you didn't see those guys engaged or coming off of engagement with solid contact. It was very few times you would catch those guys not being active in the run blocking game. Jalen Hill got playing time for Saban as a freshman until that injury. Exactly, and he was set to start at the X position last year. Before getting injured in the spring. So Texas Nightmare says Cam Dewberry should have went to Texas and actually got developed. Never trust an Aggie. Texas was really heavy on them too coming out of high school. But Alabama was too. I don't think people remember that. Both our dynamic receivers, quarterbacks, and safeties are going to have a problem 100%, man. 100%. Let's get down here to some more comments before we move to the next position group or the next spot at the wide receiver position. My guy Kareem says definitely blocking with Jeudy group. Definitely had better blocking even when they weren't getting the ball. And that's what we need from this group. I think you got a lot of similar builds. We got a few more bigger builds in Jalen Hill. Jeremy Bernard is a bigger build, right? 6'1". I don't think we realize how much of a bigger body he is with those shifty type movements, those slot type features, right? Provides some sort of provides that Deebo Samuels type feel that we wanted from Kendrick Law. We got it from Jeremy Bernard last year. And then you look at, like I said, Jalen Hill. These guys just with their long wingspan, man, like medium frame wide receivers, 6'1", 6'2", plus, they're hard to deal with, man. Especially on the perimeter. This isn't a game where guys are having to go against big defensive ends playing linebacker in the middle of the field anymore. You got a lot of hybrid guys having to play at that second level in the middle of the field, and they're having to cover. That's why the athleticism of the defensive line, the demand of athleticism at the defensive line is so high right now. Your athleticism has to be darn near elite to play defensive line at the collegiate level now. So, looking at this, another impact player I think is really about to shine this year and step out and really make a name for himself. Getting a lot of starting reps at the Z. A lot of reps with the ones at Z. You see Rico Hill, man. Rico Hill has been getting a lot of starting reps because of Ryan Williams being held from a few different stints in practice. I haven't heard that he's been totally held out, or there's a serious injury. I think everything's just been precautionary. Tweak this. He's growing still. The body's still developing. We see him packing on weight. And I don't think you all as fans or the fans understand what it is to enroll early at 17 and then to take on the type of physical beating he took last year as a true freshman. Ryan Williams took some big hits last year and he just kept getting up. He took care of his body. He protected himself, very, very aware of how he, takes his and absorbs some of the hits. But he took some quality hits last year. So his body's still growing, adjusting to the game. It was not crazy when you got quality developmental talent that you want to see progress. And if they're showing that they have the mental part, and that's what I think the staff is happy about. Guys like Rico Scott, knowing the playbook, never had an issue with it since stepping on campus. And you see guys like Rico Scott having an opportunity to take advantage of some quality reps. Another wide frame, 6-foot body, gives you that shifty, quick movement, can stretch the field, wide catch radius. Probably your better hands in the wide receiver room. And can create plays after the catch. I'm telling you, he wearing that 11 for a reason. When I say he gives me not Jerry Judy, but Henry Ruggs type vibes. He gives me them I'm telling you, he gives me them type vibes, man. Even how he jumps. He looks like Henry Ruggs. Running through the drills, the fade route drills, when you just kind of just walking through the drills, 50% fading through the drills. You love to see when guys can naturally just open up a stride and give you quick 3 steps and they still can showcase like a second gear going 50%. This is a fast group of wide receivers. You said Rico Scott. My boy said Rico Hill. No, I meant Rico Scott if I said Rico Hill. He did take some hits. He one of the main ones that need to improve his blocking when the ball is not coming 100%. That's something that he said in his interview. I don't know if you was here on the live, Kareem. Ryan Williams acknowledged that he wants to get better in blocking. Hey, that was one of the things that he took accountability for. And last but not least, y'all, let's go to the running back room real quick before we switch over to the defensive side. Quarterback conversation, we're going to save for a whole another segment towards the end of the show. So let's get over back to this wide receiver, the running back room. On the offensive side, impact players, somebody that I'm telling y'all right now, if we don't acknowledge it right now, and I don't think he's a portal conversation. I don't think Richard Young is a portal conversation. I think Richard Young has always been a huge part of the plan for the run game, and we saw why it would have been a thing for him to be a huge part of the run game, because Justice Haynes' run style was so much like Jan Miller. When you needed a change of pace, you couldn't go to anybody in that room to change the pace. Daniel Hill was so young, very decisive in his running, but Young was developing, getting used to the speed of the game, and showcased a lot of patience when he got carries and a lot of mop-up duty. But I think healthy Richard Young this year is the impact player of the offense. Like, I really believe how Richard Young flows and the offensive run game flows will run through Richard Young. His success, how he is seeing the field, him being able to create openings for everybody else that's going to get carries around him and behind him. Richard Young is going to be a player that you have to scheme for. The quicker you could take him out the game, I feel like you'll be able to kind of limit Alabama's offense and what we adjust to. You'll be able to kind of zone in what we have to adjust to. But if he's going, I think Alabama's offense is going. Quarterback could be struggling. The wide receivers could be struggling. But if Richard Young is going, offensive line could be struggling. If Richard Young is going, which I think he can be that consistent bell cattle and that consistent positive impact, change of pace guy for Alabama this year. I truly do. Richard run downhill tough. I like him a lot. But not only that, though, Kareem, I look at his ability to go lateral. Change of direction is there. Quick chops, put his foot in the ground and get upfield. I love that. Richard Young is going to be great. Facts, Carrito. Facts. I really think he is going to be the guy to really watch and that is going to impact the offense in the running back room. But not just him. Y'all thought I was going just with one. Daniel Hill right behind him. If Jam Miller gets to a space where we're kind of at a max or a peak of how he's utilized, right? And he's limited, whether it's in plus is 40 plus, I think Daniel Hill becomes a reliable multi-purpose red zone back. His short range speed, quickness, agility, change of direction, 20 yards in is where he's most effective at this level of his development. You look at his size, he'll be a hard tackle, a hard person to bring down in the red zone. And after riding the likes of maybe a Jam Miller and a Richard Young in your 40 and in or your yellow and in, right? Why not hand it off to Daniel Hill or have him work out of a pass concept out of the backfield? Why not get a two-back set and motion him out to the slot? Or get a two-back set and motion Jam Miller or Kevin Riley out to the slot. Create mismatches against linebackers and have a reliable Daniel Hill RPO option in the back. You get what I'm saying? So do not be surprised when we see Daniel Hill get a lot of carries early in the season, especially in the red zone. I think he's going to be part of that. He and Dre Washington will get a healthy dose of rotation in our red zone packages. Dre Washington is a bowling ball, chat. Better listen to me when I said it. A real life bowling wall, chat. 5'9", 200 is it looks a lot bigger than what it is. And it definitely hurts trying to take it down. Those stocky short running backs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anybody that played defensive back or linebacker, you know what it's like tackling those short, wide body bowling ball backs. People going to get tired trying to tackle 200. Exactly. Especially with Richard Young. I know he weighs a little bit less than Jim, but his mass is different compared to the rest of the backs in that room. Him and Daniel Hill. Daniel Hill is bigger than Rich. So I can't wait to see how that rotation looks. And I think Ryan Grubb is being challenged to show that he could really produce a quality run game like he did at Washington. His play calling produced a quality run game. I don't think Washington went against the caliber of defenses that we're going to see in the SEC or on our schedule this year. But I think Ryan Grubb really called quality. I go back and I watched that whole season of play calling. And I don't think we have a quarterback on the roster that can dissect and interpret the college football game at that level just yet. But I do think we have two quarterbacks on this roster that have those same skill sets and have the same quality of arm talent, if not better athleticism, meaning be able to create plays with their legs. I think we have two quarterbacks. I think we have one quarterback that it doesn't matter what offensive system you give him. If the pocket is good, we're good. So before we get into that conversation, I want to take a quick break right here in this live. I want you all right now. Let me change the music real quick. I got to get the OG beat in for this one. Let me see, Mary J, the hashtag put me in the game. Okay, there we go. Let's do this one right here. All right, because we about to do a little cut real quick. Chat, bear with me. Do a cut with me. All right? Do a cut with me. Do a cut with me. Do a cut with me. Do a cut with me again. Do a cut with me. All right. So right now during this live, if you're watching this live, post live stream, if you're watching this and this is post stream, don't forget to drop a like right now. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free and it helps the channel grow and it keeps this channel free. But if you want to support the channel in a greater capacity, think about joining the channel and becoming a member. You can get in and become a member for $2.99, or you can become a VIP member for $49.99. VIP membership perks will start getting mailed out May 1st, 2025. You will start receiving your perks, which will be, some of our Coach Smook merch. We might be sending out raffle tickets for our prize giveaways that we're going to start launching after our year anniversary celebration. So take a moment to support the channel by liking and sharing the content. Also subscribing to the channel and follow me on each platform at Coach Smook on our platforms for your media content, entertainment, sports information, everything you need to know, everything you want to be involved in here on the Coach Smook Network. Thank y'all. We'll be right back after this quick little infomercial break. Thank you all for being here. Welcome. First of all, I just want to say thank you for joining the AAA family. By doing so, you have committed to supporting this channel monetarily, and for that, I could not thank you enough. I'm glad that you saw fit to contribute to the growth of this network, and because of that, you have access to all the behind the scenes content that we're going to be placing on this channel, backstage access to all the vlogs, VODs. We got all types of content. You will have early access to it. Also, any event that you see come out with outside with Coach Smook or anything sponsored or partnered with Coach Smook, it will be preferred, and we will all make sure that we're all taken care of. This community is going to continue to grow. Don't miss out on any opportunities to network. We have other content creators. We have business owners. We got entrepreneurs. This is Coach Smook Network because we believe in networking. We want to uplift the community. So thank you for contributing to helping that mission, seeing that goal. And that's really what we're here for, right? We're here to uplift and continue to grow. So thank you for all your contributions and welcome to the family. AAA, SOS.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Welcome back here on the Coach Smook Network. Diving back into the conversation, breaking down this Alabama roster, impact players on both sides of the ball. Put me in the game. Talking with Coach Smook here today, man. Sing it. Put me in that game, Coach Smook. In that game, Coach Smook. Man, my daughter was so happy to hear her voice on that. Man, y'all just don't know. She was like, oh my God, Daddy, that's me. I was like, yeah, baby, that's you. You remember when you was on the mic? You remember I put the headphones? He said, yeah, I wanted to go to the studio. I said, yeah, we went to the studio. Love my baby. Quick little, not segue, I guess you could say out of left field topic. Really interesting. Y'all know I love my hoops. Florida or Houston? Man, I got Florida. I like what they did to stay in that game against Duke, who was clearly the best team in the country. But Florida defense is what wins their games. They have not lost a game because of their defense since the end of January, right? The end of January was their last loss, if I'm not mistaken. But I got Florida. I like the matchup. I think Houston will make it a tough matchup. It might be an early start. I think it's a fast start for Florida. Or listen, this is how the game goes. It's a fast start for one of the teams. It ends up being like a tight game. Whichever way defense for Florida wins it, keeps it at a comfortable lead. If Houston comes out hitting on all cylinders, I think Florida does what they did against Duke, and their defense just kind of allows them to have a comfortable 6-7 point win tonight. So I got Florida pulling it off. SEC, baby. Look, yeah, it ain't that. I just know it's gonna be a good game. Kareem, it comes down to who can impose their will more, but I hope Florida gets it to rub it in everyone's face that the SEC was the. Yeah, I think we're all kind of behind the teams that were
And even Auburn and their quality game that they played the other day, man. I mean that was a good game between them and Florida. And it's been hard. It's been real hard hating on Auburn this year because watching them play. If you like basketball, you didn't mind watching Auburn basketball play. I'm just being real. If you're just an avid college basketball fan, and you love quality basketball, and you don't have a team, you wanted to watch Auburn play. I mean, they were just that good of a team, and it's because they're old. Bunch of grown men out there. You had one freshman out there really playing some quality minutes, but not gonna talk about it. Mindy, Coach Smook, do you think Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. will get more playing time in the fall? You know what? I'm going to talk about the defensive side right now, so stick around, Mindy. I got some interesting takes for you because I've been seeing a lot of 21 everywhere in the secondary, which is good. Greg McKinney got Florida tonight. Rico said he's taking Florida. And Kareem said Florida was my top pick, Duke, and them maybe Auburn. But I always said that Florida was the dark horse. Clayton is a dog 100%. I'm nervous about Grubb. Not going to lie, dude got fired from Seattle. DJ Gurman. It was never meant for Grubb to be with the Seattle Seahawks. That was a Band-Aid hire. I wish you was around when I was dropping the knowledge about that when it happened last year. And then even this year when I was, what was it, chat? 3 weeks ahead of anybody even speculating before he got fired. I was 3 weeks ahead of it. And then when he got fired, I was, a whole month ahead of him getting hired at Alabama. So I'll go back about 2 months ago now. And check out the news I was dropping about Grubb, and you'll get a better understanding, man. Appreciate it, man. What's up, D? My brother Dennis in the building. King Family Reacts. You taking Florida 100%, man. Me too, man. Me too. You missed them. Game. Missed them. I didn't. You just keep cycling. All right, so let's go into our next topic, chat. Let's go into our next topic. Shout out to Mary J. She was trying to stay. She thinks she be doing stuff too late, y'all, but Mary J. be doing just fine. I'm giving the keys back to you, Mary J. I'm done with my chat. So jumping into the next topic, and once again, we got to get off of here in 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try to get through this defensive talk real fast. We got 36 likes on the stream. Appreciate y'all for being here. 39 in the chat on YouTube. Y'all continue to like and share while we're here. Click that like button. We're trying to get to our 75 like goal on this video. If you have not liked this video, whether you're watching live or watching post live stream, please drop a like on the video. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave a comment if you're dropping in after the live. But let's get into it, y'all. Let me see. I want another beat. I want to go OG type jump. I want to go OG type stuff. Talking defense, y'all know I get real violent like when it's time to talk defense. We get real intense, I guess you can say, when we talk defense. Who's going to be an impact player on defense? I think Alabama's defense was the most exciting viewing from last year's season. That growth, how much they improved the last, I want to say 6 weeks of the season from the Vanderbilt game, even the Oklahoma game, where Jackson Arnold seemed to run a lot. That game, they had to play a lot of snaps because of our turnover battle. You know, the turnovers on the offense. But they gave us 6 extra possessions in the first half. Defense did good last year. Impact players, as we hear the lawnmower outside. Hopefully it's not too loud for y'all. Hopefully y'all don't hear the lawnmower. I'm telling y'all right now, Xavier Mincy getting these quality reps at free safety while Keon Sabb is out. Do not be surprised if we see a healthy rotation at all 5 positions in the secondary. And I mean, like, do not be surprised if you see a second and 18, right? And then it goes, third and 18. And you see all 5 DBs or 5 DBs come off the field and 5 more come on, or 6 DBs come on, or 6 personnel come on and 6 DBs come on. Do not be surprised if we see a regular dose of that, because it's a lot of these guys that they're comfortable with playing in the box. And Zay Mincy is one of the guys that they feel real comfortable with leaving at the top of a defense, has that left and right, that lateral speed and quickness, and the IQ to play kind of that robber technique or that free center field read react technique that you love to have at the top of your defense when you're playing a really unbalanced set from your front to your second level, right? When you have range in front of them like Keon Sad, it allows you to flow guys like Xavier Minson and put him at the Rover, put him at the Husky where you're going to need some depth. Somebody asked about Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. With Bray Hubbard's leadership and his growth last year and his development, you see him playing a lot in that nickel corner spot where he's kind of traveling now. They're seeing how his athleticism, that you utilizing his athleticism so you can have a healthy dose of rotation and create quality depth for this nickel corner rover position, right? Because you don't want a young guy like Dijon Lee getting thrown into that rover position. You want him to stay on the perimeter. Put him on the island. Put a big body 6'4", 200-pound corner on the island. Make wide receivers beat him. Because he's not slow. He's not a slow guy that you're going to be able to beat. You got to really win matchups against Dijon Lee. So don't put him, allow an experienced guy like Bray Hubbard, where you got a safety room that's kind of stacked with some depth, right? You got a safety room that's stacked with some depth. You got 6-7 personnel in that room. Let him roll over to that rover spot and give you some quality depth there, where you see a guy like Deshaun Jones really thriving, Xavier Brown showcasing the quality coverage ability that you want there. But we know physicality-wise, Xavier Brown was not scared to get mixed up in the run game last year. If we be honest, he was more of a better run support on the perimeter at the corner position than Damani Jackson, who played solid there and did good. I think of them all, Jalen Mbakwe, when he came in the game, was the most aggressive in run support from the perimeter. So Xavier Brown, Red Morgan, showcasing that perimeter, and a lot of his press coverage is soft press coverage, which I think plays into his skill set. A smart guy, has a knack for the ball when it's in the air. Love to see it. Love to see it. Shout out to my boo, man, tapping in live. Lee-Bay is in the chat. Y'all, $4.99 super chat. Good evening, coach, and the 3A AAA family. Hey, so it's crazy that she has that because we have a design that we're working on. It's crazy that we got a design that's coming out. Shout out to her and Mary J. Make sure you edit the donation banner, the co-sponsor banner, because if you all want to be a co-sponsor on today's stream, all super chats will get you acknowledged. Gifted memberships. We have a gifted membership from Johnson, right? Jackson, my guy. And then we got the $4.99 super chat. We need to add them to that banner, Mary J. And then any other super chats and gifted memberships or direct donations through Venmo, Cash App, PayPal will be recognized as co-sponsors on today's stream. And everybody, man, think about supporting for real, because we got a lot of stuff we doing this summer. And I'm telling y'all, man, I don't come from money, right? I don't come from money, but I truly believe that all the contributions that our network has made are really starting to pay off, and we're starting to get contributions poured back into the network, and it's starting to benefit, the growth. You guys see the quality of the stream and the things that we're getting access to, the people that we're talking to. This is not just me. This is you all's. You guys are making the sacrifice by donating your hard-earned money. So I greatly appreciate it. 1,000%, y'all, 1,000%. So get back to the conversation, man. Deshaun Jones creating quality depth. And one last name, another freshman. We've been hyped about Dijon Lee. We haven't really been seeing a lot or hearing a lot about Ivan Taylor. But I'm telling you, with Ivan Taylor, it's just a matter of time before he's forced into the lineup. I told you this staff, especially on the defensive side, is real big, has an agenda on using their depth this year. If Keenan back up talk after last season, he just may be that wrecking ball we've been missing. I think Tim Keenan, as we kind of transition to the defensive line topic, but Ivan Taylor, y'all, a matter of time. He's kind of in a position, kind of like Keelan Russell right now. I think if Sab, somehow doesn't come back and produce like he did last year or struggles, coming back from an injury, which I seriously doubt, and you have an inexperienced guy in Mincy, not as much experience, but a guy that's showcasing some flashes, you don't want to throw a full load of workload on him. You're going to split some reps between Cam Howard, Ivan Taylor. You're going to find sets where their skill sets and cause favorable situations, right, where they can give you some quality production and create some value for themselves. Shout out to Kareem Hood coming in with the $5 super chat. Let me see. You got it, Mary J? She froze again. Hey, she froze again, chat. No banner without hood on it. Shout out AAA 100%. Let me get the banner update. I think Mary J by the froze chat. Oh no, she got it. She got it. I see it. Okay, Mary J. I see you. Okay, we got the banner up. Don't forget the gifted member. Don't forget the gifted too, Mary J. You should be able to see it in the comments. They should always Jackson Johnson. Make sure he gets added on there. Shout out to the co-sponsors of the stream. So looking at a few more guys on the defense, we've kind of really had a good talking about defense on our last live chat. I want to say, I think we've really been high on the defense, but I told y'all last week, and now people are starting. You know what? Can I have my moment? What time is it? I got about 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Stop the music, DJ. DJ, I need you to stop the music real quick because I got something to say. And I just want people to recognize something. I think it's real funny how I was really hyping up my young boy, AJ Sanders, and nobody was talking about Abdul Sanders the first week of practice. But when I highlighted the fact that he was lined up next to QB Reese, who I knew had to be a second team guy, right? Had to be a second team guy with Jefferson and Lawson out in the inside linebacker room, both Will and Mike position. They interchangeable to me in this scheme, right? Assignments are, play call assignment may call based off the balance, but I think the position is interchangeable with personnel, right? Abdul Sanders might have to be like a starter like rotational reps this year. And he's showcasing that he's ready for it. I think we have a solid 3-man rotation with Justin Jefferson, Nakai Hillis-Green, and QB Reese. No, I'm not mentioning Deontay Lawson because I think because of what's happening on the defensive side of the ball, Lawson might get put into a hybrid role, kind of like what Q Robinson got thrown into last year. Putting him in a lot of spots where you just need smart fits for spurts in the game. Abdul Sanders Jr. is going to see the field. It may not be week 1 where he played those reps, but if we see any slack in that inside linebacker room, Abdul Sanders Jr. is going to be, and I've been the one talking about this man being day one ready, but nobody want to highlight that. I can go find any channel that has highlighted him, any of the other panels that claim that they keep it real. Let me know that has anybody said anything about Abdul Sanders Jr. Nobody was talking about Latia Brooks when we first signed him, right? Y'all remember people were laughing at me on the other channel because I was hyping up a 3-star signee. And then the hype got behind him, all the other channels got behind him, and then everybody, we got this snip, we got this still. I've been saying, stop playing with me. That's all I'm saying. I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, hopefully that wasn't too emotional. I just came to party. I'm just saying, I just came to party, chat. I'm chill. Hopefully that wasn't too intense. Oh, man. I'm just saying, Abdul Sanders Jr., anything major happen in that inside linebacker room, I think he's going to be a part of the plan, the immediate plan, the immediate production, the future of what Alabama's defense is going to be. And then, of course, on the defensive line, it's a few guys that I want to acknowledge. Steve Bowler, I think, has come on the scene. I think that year at JUCO, that development year has really is showing. He might, man, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he and James Smith start the game together. And Tim Keenan falls into more of a rotational role where I think it's going to be better for him. I don't think Tim Keenan is a first and second down back. I think he'll be third down pass rushing D tackle, nose guard. I think he could be a first down run stopping defensive tackle, nose guard. I don't think he needs to play 7 consecutive snaps. And you'll get better production out of him. But not just him, you get to use your depth. You get a Steve Bowler that can get in there and get rotational reps. You get guys like James Smith that can rotate and then open up your defensive tackle spot where you want your more athletic defensive end, bigger defensive end guys that can play interior and give you 1-gap pressures, 2-gap containment technique and quality builds. And Edric Hill, Jeremiah Beaman, and Jordan Renard, that trio of rotation is going to be hard to deal with coming behind James Smith. especially knowing Kane Womack is going to be very aggressive in his pass rush, his defensive stunts up front, his blitz calls up front. LT Overton, Kelby Collins, and Keon Keeley, another rotation that is lethal. Another three-man rotation, a trio rotation where nobody's in that room complaining about who's getting the starters, who's rotating, who's getting this many reps. These guys know, okay, if I go out there for one rep on this drive, I'm about to dominate. We got an opportunity to have the type of pressure we want to see on the quarterback with this type of rotation. Look at the builds of those guys, 6'5", 6'5", 6'4", all 280 plus. Long arm guys. Keon Keeley with the 6'7", 6'8" wingspan. Then you just go to the wolf position. I get tired of looking at this position because I don't know if we're going to be able to keep them all. I don't know. You look at him, Ja Latham is to me is the odd man out in this group, only because of him making the transition back. And I just don't think he's this fast. I don't think he gives you the same type of pass rush ability, but when you talk about having a guy against run-heavy teams where you want to be able to seal the edge, something he struggled with last year, I don't think he has an edge in this room. He has to showcase it early in the season. But if you talk to the people in that room and talk to the people around the program, you look at what Coach Robertson does with that room, and you see the rotation is clear. Quay Russaw is going to start at that wolf position. He's going to be the first guy out there. Justin Hill and Yanzi Pierre, you don't know who's going to get more reps between those two. And then Noah Carter is just flashing, man. Like the last 3 or 4 practices, I'm looking at clips. I'm getting these reports. 24 is really out there dogging. Learning how to really rely on heavy hands. You got to remember, Noah Carter was like a basketball, a power forward type guy playing defensive end with his athleticism. He could be a tight end. Like, honestly, with the amount of injuries we have in the tight end room, I say let's pull the Noah Carter project. Let's put 24 at tight end and watch him go to work. Let's split him and let's put him at that slot wide. Watch him go to work. Especially now he's 240. I bet you, and we know he can still move. He's not going to lose speed at Alabama by putting on weight. You're not losing speed. His strength and conditioning program knows how to pack weight on you and somehow get you faster. Yep. So I think we're going to be good. Telling you, man. I'm telling you, I think we're going to be good on the defensive side. The impact players, I think we're seeing a lot of Yanzi Pierre, Justin Hill. Those guys, man, I'm telling you, they're going to feast because of the type of attention that's going to have to be paid. I think Quay Russaw, with a lot of the offensive sets that we're going to see, majority of this year, we're going to see Russaw standing up, and we're going to see more so of a 3-3-5 type of formation look with him kind of in a lower, like a super wide 9 technique, but standing up on the edge and being able to float and be in that hybrid robber covered, curl flat type coverage sense of having the freedom, because you're going to have boundary corners in Calhoun and Jackson that are going to give you so much time up front with their coverage off the line of scrimmage. You're going to be able to walk a guy like Xavier Brown down to kind of jam your slot guys, create some disruptive coverage. You got rangy guys sitting in the middle of the field in Bray Hubbard, Keon Sabb, Zay Mincy in that rotation. Drake Kirkpatrick is another guy that you can walk in at Husky, walk down if you get against 4 wide receiver sets or play against a tight end. You got linebackers that can cover underneath. You got third phase coverage guys in Justin Jefferson, Abdul Sanders Jr. Young guys like Luke Metz showcasing flashes of just being able to cover. Luke Metz mess around and don't be able to get up to 240, 230 by next year. He might get moved to that strong safety position, that Husky position. It would be crazy to see a 6'3", 225-pound Husky, especially against run sets. We already see a 6'4", 200-pound corner. Shout out to Luke Metz to getting up to 230, man. That's big, man. That's big. Duke Johnson, still light in them britches. Want to see these guys continue to develop. And those are some of the impact players. Finally, last topic of a discussion as we get ready to close out. We got about 5 more minutes here. The final countdown, man. This A-Day, I just want to talk about the quality of this coaching staff, the additions that we had. Let me change the music up real quick. with the additions, y'all. The offseason additions on the staff. Of course, everybody loves to highlight the Ryan Grubb. We talked about. I feel like we've talked about Ryan Grubb enough. I want to talk about a key, not necessarily addition, but a key move that I think is going to affect the defensive side and really allow them to play at a clip that a lot of people aren't really giving credit to. And that's the emergence of Coach Chuck Morrell, going over to the linebacker room. Us also hiring Coach Jones in the room with the secondary, letting Coach Hitzler go off and get basically an elevated position that he solely deserved. But getting Coach Chuck Morrell over to the other side and being able to really impact the play calling style of the defense, having that continuity with Coach DeBoer at Washington, and now getting Ryan Grubb in as a play caller. I think Chuck Morrell more so serves as not just the linebacker developmental coach, right? Somewhere where he served last year and the assistant last year, but now for a play calling standpoint, what I believe Nick Sheridan is going to provide for Ryan Grubb, I think you get the same with Chuck Morrell for Kane Wommack. Similar play calling systems in place on both sides of the ball. And then with young guys and new guys like Abdul Sanders Jr., Nakai Hillis Green coming in and understanding the defense, being able to keep guys in phase, allowing the secondary to understand calls, echoing calls. Communication has been effective. This staff, the quality of staff hires has been huge. Offensive side, I think keeping Coach G around is going to be key in the development of this running back room. You got literally the mold of running back that he literally has developed and sent to the NFL. A running back room full of them, from top to bottom, from Jam Miller all the way down to A.K. Deere, the true freshman. And I believe you have a bunch of first-round talent in that room, from top to bottom. Jam Miller is a first-round talent. Richard Young will be a first-round pick. Dre Washington might be the question mark there, maybe a second-day guy, but a quality back that will be in the league for a long time. His running style supports that. It's on demand at the next level. A.K. Deere, right? A true freshman. Kevin Riley, a red shirt freshman this year. A guy that I believe is going to have to showcase some patience. Speed guy that in this day and age is going to have to be patient. Your speed guys aren't really popping on the scene and going crazy in their first and second year. It always takes that body maturing year that's usually after their sophomore year. And then last but not least, the quarterback battle. Let's talk about it as we get out of here. Final depth chart prediction to kick off the fall camp. Only because I've assessed everything from last week's scrimmage and the factual reports. I don't think people realize, like, there are stats being kept, right? And what I want to say about this is the percentage. If it was based off percentage, completion percentage, it will be number 10. If it was based off consistency, it will be number 15 or 12. If it was based off excitement or demand, it'll be Keelan number 12. But you're talking about checking every box in the book, meaning being able to deliver this pass, being able to see this, being able to stay at this level, being able to carry out or carry over momentum through blocks of practices or through plays, being able to complete drives, being able to set the offense up to complete drives. Ty Simpson hasn't had a scoring drive every time he's led in a scrimmage, led the offensive first team offense in the scrimmage, right? And I'm only going to evaluate him off of what his first team production looks like. He is a starting quarterback. I've never denied that. But every quarterback looks good with first group in front of him in this quarterback room. Every quarterback does. I'm being honest. But what I can say with Ty is when there's the first group O-line in front of him, he in second group, the consistency is there. He's not completing everything. He's not throwing big bombs every play. To be honest, his touchdown passes majority this spring have come when they've done the rotation where he's taking second group reps. But you have first team guys on second group, technically, right? You have Xavier Brown playing boundary corner in second group. You have Zay Mincy at safety with second group. You have Ray Hubbard or Red Morgan on the field with the second group. You have first group D lineman rotate. Like, so it's a good mixture and a balance of competition to where you can't go with the technicality. So everybody's saying, well, he's only doing it against second group. Let's kill that. There's quality depth at each position this spring. And I think his ability to continue to just go through each process consistently allows him to be in position. But from an evaluation standpoint, just straight up performance, I don't think he has had the best performance. And if this Saturday, and I had to put out a depth chart of how this depth chart looks right now, and I'm gonna put it out there right now. I'm gonna put my final QB depth chart out there so y'all can screenshot it and tell everybody Coach Smook said this. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I'm gonna go through my scenario of how this looks in the season. What is it, 1 or 2? I'm gonna give y'all 3 scenarios. I'm gonna try to keep it at 2. All right. So this is my look. This is my outlook on the quarterback rotation at the University of Alabama. Everybody get ready to screenshot, share it, all that good stuff, because you know people like to come at me. So let's do it. There goes my look. Coach Smook's look. Alabama quarterback rotation. Right now, if we were suiting up against Florida State this weekend, I think the depth chart at the quarterback position would be Ty Simpson, Keelan Russell as QB2, Austin Mack. That's what the depth chart will look like. Shout out to the 45 in the chat, 43 likes on the stream. But I want to say this. That's what the paper would say, chat. That's what the paper would say. But I guarantee you, if we were going to play against Florida State, and that was a situation where we are 5 drives in, defense hasn't given up basically a positive play. We've seen the offense stall for 5 drives. Believe you me, I don't think that we see Keelan Russell take the next snaps in that game. I think it automatically goes to Austin Mack, especially that early in the season. And then you see this, right? And depending upon his performance against Florida State, depending upon his performance in 5 drives, and it doesn't have to be necessarily better than Ty. It just has to be something different and has to get some type of quality production, right? If it's anything different or more productive than Ty Simpson can kind of just prepare himself to be ready for his next opportunity, because they will build with Austin Mack and see how he starts a game, what he forces the defense to do to change up their game plan and how to defend their offense. Kareem, I am tired of that narrative. The portal risk narrative is so bogus, especially when it comes to this quarterback room. I don't know who wants. I think it's more so because of media. I think it's more so because of the media. I'm going to tell you right now, when I talk to a lot of these players, if they could come out and directly respond to a lot of the fans that talk about the portal and NIL, they'll tell you, you know, nobody's thinking about the portal until, you know, they're told, hey, it might be an opportunity for you, right? Everybody right now in this quarterback room has a clear-cut opportunity. Austin Mack is in no rush to be a starter. Redshirt sophomore, he has one more spring before he needs a portal visit. Russell, a true freshman. If he was to be listed today as a QB3, I don't think he is the portal. Nah, not the way that this offense allows him to develop. You seeing guys really create value for themselves Ty Simpson was getting draft grades and only played limited snaps last year behind Jalen Milroe, already getting quality draft grades. Our early second round pick who only played 30 snaps in a season? 40 snaps? Is the QB1 position still up for grabs? I don't think so. I think we have an idea of what the depth chart is going to look like going into this final practice, if they provide a depth chart for the spring practice viewing. But I think we have a good idea of what it's going to look like going into the fall. When Our Lads puts up a depth chart in the fall on their website, I guarantee you it'll look like this. I know you're tired of little bro, but it's real. Not saying that it will happen, but hey, you never know dealing with 18 to 20-year-olds, just a thought. I mean, it's a narrative that mainstream media wants to continue to push. It's click worthy, right? It's click worthy. Let's talk more realistic possibilities when it comes to the portal. You're talking about Xavier Brown is a guy that's being pushed by a true freshman in Dijon Lee in a secondary room that wants to use 7 to 8 guys in the secondary. Not necessarily at each position, but in the secondary. They want to be able to have guys, 7 to 8 guys that can play in that secondary. You go from being a true freshman starter to having to split reps with another true freshman starter. That's something to gamble and think about. Because you have 3 positions on that. You're already getting moved from the boundary into another position, right? From the boundary into the nickel corner, which creates value for you. You know the history. You're a smart kid. You come from a program that understands the value of being able to play multiple spots in the secondary, right? So I think we're in a good spot. If you think Austin Mack, Keelan Russell, or Ty Simpson is going to chase a bag in the portal, you're mistaken, man. Especially Ty Simpson. You don't have to be the starter at the University of Alabama to be, making a good little bag. I'm gonna tell you that for real. And a lot of them is not even like what y'all think it is. A lot of this stuff gets paid out to, directly into family care plans, directly into charitable write-off, all of this different stuff. A lot of this stuff these kids and they do a lot of pour back into their universities. So I like the fact that a lot of them are going back to their high schools and supporting and sponsoring jersey purchases and all that stuff, uniform upgrades and all that. So quality stuff here on the Coach Smook Network. Hopefully everyone enjoyed today's conversation. Again, y'all saw my final lineup. We got past 75? Oh no, we got 46. But if you're watching this live, we want to thank you. I get you, Mary. I got you. See, we're gonna be able to edit this out for the VOD. I got you, Mary. Stop. I bet she's back there laughing. But thank you all for allowing us to achieve the 75 likes on this video. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this live stream. If you were able to tune in live, hopefully you were able to enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. Hopefully this created some quality conversation. And let me get to the poll real quick. Let me see who's coming to A-Day. We got 38 votes and 63% of y'all not coming. Yeah, well, we know that everybody ain't in the state of Alabama. So in the comments, if you're watching this, are you going to be at A-Day? If yes, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Yes. If not, let me know why. We want to kind of do a census type thing where we want to hear the people, or you can call into the phone line and leave a message on the Coach Smook Network hotline. Just say your name, put me in the game, Coach, and answer. Just tell us, Coach, this is a reply to why I won't be showing up at the 80 game. I think it's a bunch of bullshit, and I don't really like it. The fact that they're not going to be allowing the players to tear each other's heads off, and we want to see some violence. We want to see some physicality. This game getting too soft. No. That's why. If that's what you got to say, you know what I'm saying? Go get it. And somebody said Sayin got a bag. Sayin got a bag and is struggling at Ohio State. Sayin got a bag and is struggling badly at Ohio State. Julian Sayin also saw Austin Mack come into that quarterback room, and he saw 6'6", 220-pound quarterback that was the same age as him that got asked to come over from another school to play in a system that he wasn't going to have he wasn't a scheme fit. I'm good. I'm glad Say ain't gone. I'm glad Say ain't gone. He wouldn't have been in the competition this year. I could confidently say that. Skill set wise, yeah, I'm glad. You got a motorcycle anniversary party? Ooh, snap. Who you ride with, man? Who you with? Let me stop. All right, y'all, let me get off here. I got to get ready for another show, man. I'm going to be running late. But I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank y'all for tapping in. And remember, don't forget to check out our merch on the Coach Smook Network. The link is in the chat. Go check out the merch. Don't forget, if you want to be supportive of the channel, you want to support us in a greater capacity, think about joining the team, joining the family and becoming a member here on the YouTube channel by clicking our YouTube link, our members link on the description in our channel. Also, A-Day, we will be present on site. We have 2 locations. If you want to get that information, tap in on Discord. We will create an A-Day communication channel, and everybody that's going to A-Day will be granted access to it. You just need to go in the Discord and tap in, or DM one of our moderators. You'll see our moderators on Twitter. They have the Coach Smook moderator badges in their description. DM one of them, ask them how to get information, where we're going to be at. Get connected. We'll have our own little A-Day chat, and we'll be doing live content. We'll be doing vlog style content, all of that throughout the day, interacting with the fan base, the student body, and families and friends, and the whole Bama Nation, man. We're going to be out there having some fun this Saturday. So can't wait to see y'all. Love y'all. Be blessed. Be blessed. And take care of yourselves. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. SOS, and be blessed.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like,